Welcome to our long weekend on the Thousand Islands. Join us. Okay, so we're staying on the island Pulau Genteng Kecil, and we're staying at an accommodation called the White House. You get to the Thousand Islands on a ferry, or you can hire a private boat. Now, private boats obviously a little bit more expensive, and the ferry's not too bad. But the problem with the ferry is it has set times for drop-off and pick-up. So right now I'm walking from the jetty, the pier, to our accommodation, which is the White House. Now the island's not very big. In fact, you could easily walk around it in possibly an hour when the tide's out and the water's low. It's not difficult to move around. Now on the island itself, there's probably about 4 or 5 homestays or mini resorts, and most of them are empty or in the process of being built. There are a couple that are occupied, so I'd guess right now, with tourists on the island, there's probably no more than 12 to 15 of us, and so it's really quiet, super beautiful. But there has been, walking around and looking, there is an issue in the Thousand Islands of litter, of particularly plastics in the sea being washed up. And you'll see that in the videos, that you've got these beautiful jungles on the island encroaching the sea, but there's plastic washed up all over the place, which is really quite depressing. Anyway, this is the White House. Okay, so we've spent 2 nights, a long weekend on this island of the 1,000 Islands. Recommendations I'm going to give you now is based solely on our experience of our long weekend on this island, staying at the White House. So maybe, and I imagine there are many different islands with many different resorts that supply different things, but for this experience and this island, what I'd recommend you bring is, okay, number one, definitely board games, card games, something to pass the early evenings away. They have board games in the seating area in there, but if you have some of your own, or you want to, or some favorites you'd like to bring along, definitely pack your board games, your card games. Food-wise, so our package was all-inclusive, which means we got fed at 7 o'clock in the morning, breakfast, 12 o'clock for lunch, and 7 o'clock at night for dinner. The food was plentiful, it was all very nice, but if you're on a bit of a health kick, or you're not a fan of greasy fried food, then you possibly could write ahead, email ahead and tell them this, or bring your own stuff, because I do notice there are barbecues on the island, so I guess you could bring your own stuff to eat, or once again write ahead and see if they can arrange that for you. Other things I'd recommend you bring is a mask and snorkel and fins. So our place rents mask, snorkel, fins. Don't know the price because we haven't quite got the bill yet, but I would bring your own. They're kind of a random selection of stuff. I mean, it's usable, but your own mask, snorkel, fins is always 100% better than borrowing or renting in this case. They do have a kayak here. You can go around the island, which is really cool. I would recommend doing that, but once again, I'm unsure of what the price would be on that. Oh, water shoes would be the next thing. Definitely a bring is water shoes, some form of booties, because even though the 1,000 Islands are beautiful, and they are beautiful, there is a lot of trash in the water. Now, mainly plastics. We have seen bottles. There is kind of a lot. Now, you see it mainly at low tide. At high tide, it all looks fine. But then again, if you look behind me now, you probably can see some plastics washed up on the beach. It does kind of ruin it, because this is a beautiful paradise, and seeing all the plastics, the man-made waste, is not great. But water shoes, definitely, because there are, when the tide goes out, there's a really shallow bit before it hits the coral wall, before it gets deeper, and there's lots of really good tide pools, as it were, to explore. The shallow water is great to explore. Lots of sea urchins. We've seen an octopus. Lots of little fish, some eels. So definitely, that you could spend a good couple of hours walking around the island, exploring the shallows, exploring the shallow water. But definitely do it with some sort of protection on your feet, because I don't trust what's under the sand, or in the water that you can't see. Plus, sea urchins hurt a lot if you stand on them. What's the other thing I would recommend to bring? If you do like a beer, I know our resort doesn't supply. Now, once again, maybe it's something you could ride ahead with, or bring your own. I would definitely recommend that. And snacks. Once again, the snacks are kind of basic and possibly a little bit fried. So I would definitely recommend bringing snacks with you, because for some people between 12 and 7, that could be a pretty long time, especially if you're active during the day. Definitely do bring some snacks. But apart from that, it's all good. It's really relaxing, very peaceful, very few people on the island. You kind of work at your own pace. The only thing that breaks up the day, as it were, is the breakfast, lunch and dinner. But apart from that, the day's your own. And you can do that lying around in your room. You can do that lying around on the beach. You can go to the other side of the island. It's only about a 2-minute walk, and snorkel off the jetty. I should note you can scuba dive here. I've not scuba dived here yet. The coral does look a little bit destroyed and not in the best condition, but each to their own, and I think they do take you off somewhere else, but you have to hire your own private boat for that. Okay, I think I've done too much rambling right now. I think I've covered everything that, if I was looking on YouTube and I was thinking of coming to an island, possibly this island, possibly to the White House, these are the things I would consider bringing next time, or definitely packing again. Okay. Oh, and I should also point out as well that the ferries across, unless you've got your own private boat, they're kind of jam-packed full of people, so you wouldn't be able to bring a lot of luggage. So you'd come for a couple of days and you try to keep your luggage to a minimum, a hand carry-on, as it were. That would make the most sense to me. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Those are my recommendations from my experience of the first time and only time at the moment of coming to the Thousand Islands. I hope you enjoy yourself as much as I did here, because it is great and it's only a couple of hours from Jakarta. Okay guys, see you later. Bye for now. It's 1:37. The ferry's supposed to arrive to take me back to Jakarta at 2 o'clock. So we'll see if he turns up on time. Okay. The only other thing I think I need to add, which on the video that you've just seen previous to this, is that we didn't actually have to rent the kayak or the fins and mast. They actually came with the accommodation, which was really nice. And so yeah, but I'd still recommend bringing your own fins, snorkel and mask. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.